Dr. Disrespect is in some pretty deep water at the moment. For those that remember, about 3 to 4 years ago, Dr. Disrespect was permanently banned from Twitch, and still to this day, nobody truly knows why. But apparently today, we have the reason as to why he was actually banned. And that's the recent allegations that just came out over Twitter, and everyone's spamming about it on Twitter at the moment. For those that need a refresher, this is the last clip we have of Dr. Disrespect streaming on Twitch before being permanently banned and moving to YouTube full time, and it's pretty eerie.
I can't wait. It'll happen. It has to happen. Watch me take over. I love it, man. See the self-confidence in the chat? That's what I'm talking about. The self-confidence of the Champions Club, it's at an all-time high, and don't ever stop. Please, don't ever stop. You got to be strong in this world, man. I was watching, I should just put it on just chatting. I mean, like, I kind of wanted to get off, but now I don't want to get off.
Okay, who's it?
I appreciate everyone watching today.
Who's it in the backyard? Who is going to be looking?
We'll get.
Really, like you said, we don't really know some of the.
Yeah,
We'll get through this Champions Club. I know it's a tough.
Because I don't know this one well.
Life's weird right now.
Yeah, look. Oh my gosh! It did!
We'll get through this, okay? And
Hey, Christopher.
Dun dun dun! You better not taunt me. How dare you?
fuck.
You get to try
So a pretty eerie video since that point, and you know, he hasn't streamed on Twitch since that, and I think it was like 2020 when this happened in around June. And you know, this guy isn't a small streamer by any means, right? He's wildly popular with nearly 5 million subscribers, so this wasn't a small story. Like, everyone was trying to figure out why he was banned. And I think after a month or 2 months, everyone kind of just gave up because no one could find out the reason why, which I mean, is kind of weird. Like, if someone gets permanently banned, especially at his size, normally people go digging and try to find out, but yeah, there was really no one knew why. But today, bro, there've been a bunch of tweets that have come out, and there's been some pretty crazy allegations against this guy. People have come forth saying incredibly, like, heinous things that he's done against minors, and this guy's over 40 years old, so obviously that's not good. And as well as that, Dr. Disrespect has actually responded to these allegations as well, and honestly, like, it's really not the best response, and it's kind of weird. Now, before we jump into this, I think it's important to say that these things that we're going to be talking about today are only allegations. No one is guilty until they're proven guilty, obviously, and you know, I know that's crazy to say in the current landscape where we always think that someone's guilty until proven innocent. But especially with huge influences like this, we need to hear out both sides and actually let people respond before we make up our minds. So don't take all this as what I'm saying today as something that's actually happened, because nothing is proven yet. So anyway, we start off by this tweet, right? A former Twitch employee randomly just tweeted this shit out a couple days ago, and it says this: he got banned because got caught sexting a minor, then existing Twitch Whispers product. He was trying to meet up with her at TwitchCon. The powers that could be read in plain text. Case closed, gang. And this, in a very short amount of time, got 25 million views, which is absolutely wild. So yeah, after this, like, bro, the whole Twitter platform just erupted, and everyone was saying their piece about it. And after this, Jake Lucky, who's like some random drama Twitter account, tweeted about it under this tweet. And Dr. Disrespect decided to, you know, reply to Jake Lucky's tweet, and this is pretty much what he said. Jake, seriously, I get it, it's a hot topic, but this has been settled, no wrongdoing was acknowledged, and they paid out the whole contract. Now, this is really weird in my opinion, and like, I do understand that there's a whole legal system that's been going around it, and during the time where people were trying to figure out why Dr. Disrespect was banned from Twitch, he kept using the excuse of like legal jargon. There's a whole bunch of processes and court cases, and you know, he couldn't speak about it apparently, and still to this day, 4 years later, he's still sitting here saying that, you know, he can't speak about it. But in this tweet, he's not really actually replying to what happened. He's not responding to the actual allegations. He's just sort of saying that the whole legal process is settled, whatever that means. And you know, it's really confusing because still to this day, no one truly understands why this guy was banned from Twitch. And everyone really wasn't happy with this tweet, and understandably, people were replying under this tweet saying, you know, like, why aren't you actually responding? And you know, we've waited 4 years and this is all you can come up with. But another thing that's pretty interesting about this is that there's this podcast clip around 2 months ago with a bunch of, you know, people involved with Twitch, and this is pretty much what they said.
But over
Dan,
2-decade-long
just
career,
please
surely
tell us.
my word
Well,
carries
Dan,
weight.
It's been a long time.
Please tell us.
Yeah, it's been a long
It's so
time.
long that the
Okay.
person involved is probably okay now.
Yeah. My memory is really bad because this was like 2 years ago, and I was in Outpost buying a minicopter, and I remember someone saying Doctor's Disrespect got banned from Twitch because he was messaging underage girls on
Why
Twitch.
he said that?
Wait, what?
That's not it.
We're about to learn all about the DMCA
What
process
the
now.
That's what I'm saying. What I heard in
Why
Rust.
did he say that?
So yeah, personally, I don't know what to think about this. I don't really know who these guys are, but pretty much Drama Alert said that like the founder of Tiny Chat he leaked this thing, I guess. I guess it's just a rumor. But yeah, after this, also interestingly as well, there was a tweet that came out by this guy called Rod Breslau or whatever his name is, Slasher. And at the time Dr. Disrespect got banned, this is pretty much what he said. Like, this is in 2020, this has been an archived tweet. Look, for several hours now, I've been told from credible sources the reason Dr. Disrespect has been banned. However, due to the importance and sensitivity around the subject, I've refrained from going on it and I don't feel comfortable with it currently. So that sounds pretty bad, and honestly, I mean, at that point, you can kind of expect that the reason Dr. Disrespect got banned would have been he did something horrible, which would probably be something related to, you know, messaging minors and trying to meet up with them. And then about 22 hours ago, this same guy Slasher replied to just whatever saying this. He literally just said, I didn't lie. And this is pretty much 4 years later. So yeah, now we kind of get into the conspiracy theories of this. And you know, it's kind of weird that this same guy replied 4 years later. So now we get to Keemstar. Now Keemstar's been pretty crazy on this topic, like in the last day or whatever. And he made this video kind of clearing a lot of things up.
This Dr. Disrespect story is absolutely infuriating, all right? An ex-Twitch employee comes out and says that Dr. Disrespect was whispering to a minor and making plans to meet up with that minor at TwitchCon. And that's why he was banned from Twitch. And then went on to say that he's a piece of shit and his friends are a piece of shit and all that. Dr. Disrespect responds by saying, hey, look, I was found to have done nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong, all right? He comes out with another statement. I did nothing wrong. Dr. Disrespect is not responding to the allegation.
Okay, so this second response that Keemstar's talking about is pretty much this, where Dr. Disrespect responded again, apparently. Listen, I'm obviously tied to legal obligations from the settlement with Twitch, but I need to say what I can say since this is the internet. I didn't do anything wrong. All this has been probed and settled. Nothing illegal, no wrongdoing was found, and I was paid. Elden Ring Monday. And again, this is just so weird. Like, it's such a weird way to word things. I don't know why he wouldn't just come out and say, you know, like, I deny everything that happened. I didn't do anything wrong. He's kind of tiptoeing around the subject and not, you know, he's just kind of being a little bit weird about it.
Allegation is that he whispered and tried to make plans to meet up with a minor at TwitchCon. That is the allegation from the ex-Twitch employee. He's not responding to that. When he's saying, I did nothing wrong, he's referring to the settlement. He did a settlement with Twitch after suing Twitch, and Twitch countersued him, I believe, and they settled out of court agreeing with mutual statements that both parties did nothing wrong. That's a lawsuit. That doesn't represent what actually took place at all. Doc isn't responding to the actual allegation.
Yeah, so Keemstar is very angry here, as you could probably tell. Yeah, bro, I mean, realistically, the only thing we're kind of wondering here is why Dr. Disrespect is tiptoeing around the situation so much. Like, maybe it's got something to do with legal, you know, jargon and whatever. You know, maybe Twitch are trying to still keep him quiet, which I don't understand after 4 years why that's a thing. Why are they still, like, trying to keep him quiet? Or maybe Dr. Disrespect is actually, you know, he's actually been caught, and, you know, it's kind of hard to tell at the moment. I think we just gotta wait until further things come out, and I'll probably provide an update video if stuff gets proven and if things happen or if things change. So yeah, that's pretty much all we've got so far, and you know, at the end of the day, we gotta still keep in mind that these are allegations and nothing has been fully proven. So yeah, click the video on screen right now because YouTube thinks you'll enjoy it, and I'll see you all over there. Subscribe.